he was saying we need a campaign to save the internet, and he puts out and points his finger on critical issues like the dimension of public good has to be accessible and affordable for all, like the dimension of privacy that has to be protected. And in general, of course, new technologies, especially the dimension of the internet, have to be a force of emancipation and not of new hierarchies or of domination. For instance, the overwhelming power of a small number of tech companies, then if you see how greedy they can act, if you see what kind of material power they are able to develop, then you get afraid of, then you get at least aware that something has to be done. We have to take care of freedom, of peace, and of prosperity, as Paul said, in the best interest of all.
Within 2 or 3 decades, we changed our whole information and communication behavior as humankind. 5 companies took over the world. Facebook, Google, Amazon, YouTube. They run the show. They get all the data from everyone. Billions of people. Amazing amounts of data we cannot imagine. And we had not put the rules in place to regulate. So we lost all the data. All those companies, they're very young, yeah? They are adolescents and they cannot rule our world. So we can win.
So yes, what we want to is that they contribute at least to the taxes and pay their fair share, like you and me. That's what we want. Like I said, these are the huge players, huge companies, and we need countervailing power because they have an economic impact, move fast and break things, but they also have a social impact on the education of the young, on the working of our democracy. Think about fake news. So we need a countervailing power, and that's exactly what we have to address at the level of the European Union, because we are in a position to be that countervailing power.
The thing that we believe could make the biggest difference is if European Parliament would call on platforms to inform users if they have been targeted by disinformation and offer them corrections by third-party fact-checkers. In a way that newspapers do it, in a way that TV stations do it, they have a right to reply. Inform users better so they get more information, we burst those filter bubbles, and we might be able to at least limit the power of disinformation.
There are crossroads. At the crossroad, the one decision is whether it is just private property for some people, some business model, leaving all the other people passive and leaving them out of the opportunities, or it is something which is available for everybody and everybody can contribute. So the perspective of our group always was that we have to bring in the many and it should not work for the few. This is, I think, the important challenge we have.